Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of King's Corner. I'm your host, Latif Muhammad, and this is part two of Legal Shield, your opportunity for independence. So, I'm going to go into a little bit of a story or what have you, but I'm going to really get into the presentation. And so, I want you all just to be cognizant of what I'm saying and just understand that this is an opportunity for you to receive legal protection, identity protection, and if for those of you who may want to start your own business, there's an opportunity for that as well. So stay tuned, not even stay tuned, but buckle your seatbelts and enjoy this little ride as I get into the benefits of being not just a member, but a business owner as well. So, as I've said many times before, I've been a Legal Shield member since 2016. I started off as a member, and later on down the road, I decided to be a business associate with Legal Shield. And why is that? I found out that this is a service that many of us need, and some of us may not be able to afford it any other way. So when I first signed up with Legal Shield back in 2016, I didn't necessarily use it, but I felt protected immediately. I knew it made sense to me even at that time. Even though I didn't use it, it made sense to me. You know, I know that sometimes good things happen to bad things happen to good people, right? Wrong place, wrong time. And some people may not be able to afford the attorney fees that may come with being represented. So, I just took that on, and like I said, later on, I decided to be a partner in the business. So right now, I'm going to get into the presentation, and stay tuned. All right. So as I said in the beginning, it's your opportunity for independence. And so as of 2025, I think the concept is still there. The world is changing, it's still changing, right? We work in a work from anywhere revolution. So right now we can work from home, we can work at a brick and mortar, but most of us want a income opportunity. A lot of us would like to have more time to build our own businesses. We want more flexibility, and we also want more independence. We don't want to be confined to, the four walls of doing someone else's work. And so in these uncertain times, it does make sense to have a backup plan. Now, see, a good business must have three things in place. It must have an opportunity, right? And it must be backed up by a great company with outstanding products and opportunity for compensation. It has to have a system, not an idea, but a proven system that has produced results over and over for years. And also a community, not just a typical community, but a community of leaders, a community of mentors and big thinkers, and true partners to show you and I the way. So, are you generating the income you desire? There are three ways to get this done, right? Most of us, if we work a 9 to 5, we get paid every 2 weeks, we have what's called linear income, right? Based upon how much work you do. If you are into, if you're a lawyer, if you're a doctor, if you're a mechanic, and you have some mechanics working for you, you have what's called leveraged income. And so you have a group of people who work on your team and they have the income potential, right? So they're giving you the money, they're getting a piece of it, but you're getting a piece of it as well. Residual income. I always equate this with music because I enjoy music. So I'm a huge hip hop fan, R&B fan. And so I know when these people, stop making music, their music lives on. And so every time you hear their music on the radio or you see a sample of their music on TV, they're definitely getting a piece of that. And that's for their life. So they're always going to get a piece whatever residual income that they deserve when their music, or even the actors when their movies are being played on television, right? So, in looking at a strong business, there are 5 areas that you want to evaluate, right? You want to look at the company. You want to make sure that the product is sustainable. You want to make sure there's a need in the marketplace. The compensation is comparable to what you want to get paid, and the timing has to be right. So we're going to get into all of that in a little bit later on in this presentation, but those are the 5 areas that you want to look at when it comes down to looking at a business that you want to get involved with. So this started from an accident. From an accident, a mission was born. This gentleman's name is Mr. Stone Cipher. And Mr. Stone Cipher, back in the 60s, he was involved in a car accident, which was not his fault, right? But he was sued by the person who he got into the car accident with. So he had to defend himself. And so what did he do? He had to go into his bank account and take, all of his savings to represent, to hire a lawyer so the lawyer can represent him. It turned out that he was not at fault for the accident, but at the end of the day, he was broke. So, he was frustrated, he was irritated. And so he thought to himself, there has to be a better way to help the fellow man just try to, defend himself in a situation like this. So at that time, we didn't have internet, we didn't have cell phones or anything like that. So he had to travel over to Europe, and he found a business plan that kind of fit the needs that he wanted. And he brought that idea back to America. And so he started prepaid legal services back in 1972. So starting from that time, we have been protecting and empowering approximately 4.5 million lives in the U.S. and Canada. Our vision is to provide equal access to liberty, equality, opportunity, and justice that every human deserves. Our home office is based in Oklahoma, Ada, Oklahoma, to be exact. And so if you look on the right, we have been well known and praised by 4 business entities in the United States. One is Forbes, CNBC, Yahoo Finance, and Bloomberg. So you see it. It's simpler, easier, more affordable. What is? So we are doing what's called a disruptive innovation. So do you remember when back in the day when we used to go to the mall and we used to go to Macy's and Bloomingdale's and all of those fantastic places? Where do we do our shopping at today? We have Temu. We have Etsy. We have the number 1 app for shopping, Amazon, right? So most of us shop on Amazon, and it's delivered the very next day, if not the same day, right? So that's one thing. What about our music? I used to go, and back in the day, I used to get my music from the people on the block, just to be totally transparent with you. I used to go ahead and get my CDs from the block, go home. The CD might work, it may not work. And I also went to go to the regular store, the music store. Back home, we used to call it the Wiz, right? And bought my CDs there. But now we can go and get our CDs, and not even CDs. We can stream music from these sites right here, right? And so with the legal system, we thought about the same thing. How can we make the access easy to people who need lawyers? And so Legal Shield came out with the app. So any kind of legal matter that you can think of, all you need to do is take a picture, upload it to the app, and our law firm will take a look at it and definitely get back to you. Now, imagine this. Imagine that you have a speeding ticket or a moving violation. Guess what happens? We all know your insurance rates will go up, right? Well, with Legal Shield, all you got to do, like I said a few seconds ago, is pull it up on the app, pull up your app, take a picture of your ticket, and it's sent directly to your law firm. That's the first goal, and that goal is to make sure that you don't get any points on your license. So that's one of the things that we do, right? And now let's talk about the 24/7 access to your lawyer. Imagine this, your sons or or your son is in the car with some other folks, some other youth, driving, maybe going to a football game, baseball game. Today is the Super Bowl, right? They might be going to their buddy's house to watch the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is going to end probably around 10, 11, 12, maybe. Who knows? They got to get back home. Imagine them being pulled over by the police, and then the police go to the car and they find a weapon in the car. They find a weapon in the car. Four teenagers, right? They're going to arrest everybody in the car if nobody confesses to who the weapon belongs to. But your son, he's been smart. He has good parents, and he pulls out his app, and he has the number to his law firm. So he gets on the phone and he calls his lawyer. His lawyer speaks to the police officer. The police officer talks to the lawyer. Next thing you know, the lawyer tells the police officer, or tells the youth, listen, you got to go down. You got to go through you got to go through it, right? You got to get fingerprinted. You got to get a background check, make sure you don't have any warrants. But after that, you're being let go, right? Now, once you do that, your son asks your buddies, they're his buddies, well, what happened to them? The police officer says to them, the lucky thing about you, son, is that you had a lawyer at your fingertips. They didn't. So they're going to be staying here overnight. So we don't want that, right? That's something that happens. So that's real things that happen. Now, how about this? Letters and phone calls made on your behalf. So imagine you being stuck on I-4, right? And all of a sudden your car breaks down. So behind you, you're in the left lane, all the way in the left lane, and behind you is a fast-moving car. On your right side is a semi. You can't go anywhere, but your car's slowing down. So you call your mechanic. You pull over to the side. You call your mechanic. Mechanic gets your car towed to his shop. He says, "Well, listen here, your car is you got 190,000 miles on your car. It's a done deal. Your engine is shot." He said, "But I can get you a used engine for about $3,000, or I can get you a new one for $7,000. It's going to take a few days. You got to do, parts and the labor and things like that." And you say, "Well, listen, let me give my law firm a call." So you give your law firm a call and say, "Hey, listen, this is what's going on." Well, they say, "Hey, listen, what's the make and model of your vehicle?" You provide them with that information, and they get back to you in a few days. Then they let you know, listen, your vehicle was up for recall. Okay, cool. So now what they're going to do, and what they did was they're going to send a letter to your dealership, right? A few days later, you get a call from your dealership, and the dealership says, "Hey, listen, I don't know who you know or what you did, but we're going to be sending you a brand new engine to fix your vehicle. And guess what? We're going to pay for it." That's the power of having a law firm in the palm of your hand. So you have unlimited consultations, right? So when we talk about unlimited consultations, we're talking about, listen, let's say at 3:00 in the afternoon, you want to know about your taxes, right? You get a case number, you get assigned to a specific attorney that's dealing with tax problems. They give you a call back. 2 hours later, 3:00, you give them another call about something else. Same thing, case number. You're good to go. They're going to give you a call back and let you know how to handle that problem. Simple as that, right? That's unlimited consultations. I just named two, but it's unlimited. So back to the presentation, right? When I went to the presentation myself, I had considered getting a will done. And, I did my little research, and I found out that getting a will done is expensive. It's about $1,200 for a good attorney to do your will. And if you know any friends or if you have family, they're going to give you a discount about maybe $500 less, so you're going to be paying about $500 or $600 if you knew somebody who was a lawyer. And so I don't have any lawyer friends or family. So I had to end up paying. I did get the will, but guess what? It was within my membership. So I was able to get the will preparation done. I was able to get the durable power of attorney and the living will. So I was able to get all of that done with no problem. So there's another concern that affects us, right? and it's called identity protection. So did you know that identity theft is the number one crime today? Of course, we got, people killing each other. Of course, we got, just a whole bunch of malicious things going on. But identity protection is the number one crime today. And so 1 out of every 3 Americans are affected by identity theft. And so with Identity Shield, it doesn't just monitor your information, it restores it. If your identity is stolen, a licensed investigator is assigned to you, and that's the sole job for them to restore your identity to its original status, and is backed by a $3 million protection policy. So think about the stress that you have to do if your ID was compromised, right? Who are you going to call? How are you going to get it fixed? With Idea Shield, you don't have to worry about that. You just grant them the power of attorney and to your investigator, and they're going to handle everything for you. It even includes VPN for secure browsing. And with that, when you couple the ID Shield with the legal plan, it incorporates credit counseling as well. So we also have what's called fast member perks. So with member perks, if you are going shopping, if you're going traveling, if you are, getting you a pair of sneakers, there's a discount for all of that. So with member perks, you're able to get that done. Now let's talk about the compensation, right? I talked to you earlier about linear income, where you get paid for your efforts. So let's say you have the Legal Shield and the identity plan together. You can get paid anywhere from $80 to $416 for one person, right? With leveraged income, if you are considering building a team, you can earn income on memberships they enroll. Now, residual income, you get paid 10% of commissions, again, each month after the 13th month. You can earn commission every month for the lifetime of the membership. And there's also an opportunity to earn bonuses. Earn up to $700 in your first 45 days. And so here's a breakdown of the commission based on the legal plan and the identity protection. So if you sell a plan, you make $80. Out of that 80, that commission is going to be 20. If I'm a senior associate, I'm making $20. So I'm making a total of $120. If you are a manager and I'm a senior associate, for that same plan, I'm going to make $100, but you're going to make $52 plus your $132 off that plan, right? And it goes up. So the max that you can make as an ED is $336. You also have the opportunity to participate in what's called Performance Club. It's an incentive, trips, and bonuses. If you enroll 3 to 4 families per month, you have the opportunity to earn bonuses up to $500 each month. And you can qualify for an all-expense paid trip. Plus, if you are a senior director and above, you can earn 100% matching bonus within months 3 to 11 when an associate on your team earns a Performance Club check of $200. And this is just a slide of how that works. So for a manager, if you are you enroll, you have 3 personal sales of $132, you are getting a total of $396. So from months 3 to 11, you can earn up to $596, and that goes all the way up to 36 months plus. So at the end of the day, you can, as a manager, you can end up making $896. The wheel of opportunity is very important, right? So as you can see, we have ID Shield, Legal Shield, Small Business, Employee Group, Commercial Driver, Legal Plan add-ons. And, with that, you can market any of those. You can market the legal plan and the ID plan, or you can market the small businesses. You can market to the commercial drivers. We have add-ons for gun users. We have add-ons for Uber drivers and for small businesses. So it's definitely an opportunity for a person to, start their own business. So now we're back to the 5 areas to evaluate. Now that I've gone through, the history of the company, the integrity of the company, let's look at it again. The company has been around for over 50 years, right? The product that we have is identity protection and legal protection, right? So there is a need for that in our marketplace. And I already went over with you the compensation that we offer and then the timing. The timing is right because everybody needs some sort of legal protection. The timing is now. Right now is the time. So one of the things you want to do if you want to be an associate, it's based on your own schedule. So you can work full-time, part-time, or no time. You can build your business from anywhere. So you can work from home, you can work on the road, you can work anywhere. You're going to receive income for the lifetime of the membership, but it's after the 13th month. One of the things that we ask future business owners to do is start their fast track training class. So you want to get back to the person who invited you, or, if you're listening to me, get with me and I'll tell you about the fast start training class and when it begins. We're always going to have ongoing weekly training because that's how you get better. So self-development, personal development, networking, that sort of thing is going to go on every day, right? And we're going to align you with a personal mentor. So no one was self-made. There was always somebody who helped that person to be successful. And so we want to be that for you. So get with the person or call me, text me, whatever you need to do, and let me get you in and let me get you going, right? There is a one-time registration fee of $49. Now that gets you going, right? After the $49, there is nothing else to pay. There is a $24.95 subscription that you have to be a part of, but the first month is free. So your first 30 days is free. After that, you get billed $24.95, and that's your ability to start your business, have all of the information in your back office to get you going, and ongoing training. Like I mentioned earlier, you can see your compensation. You can track your numbers. Again, like I said, getting started is easy as 1, 2, and 3. First, you want to enroll as a member. 2, eventually you want to be an associate. And then the opportunity to get paid daily. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for listening to what I had to say about this opportunity. You definitely don't want to miss the train on this one. But if you do, it's all right. It'll come back around again, God willing. So with that being said, family, I want to say thank you for listening. Tune in next time, and God bless you, and go Philadelphia Eagles.